Oh, we are back. It is Sunday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and we are here to say we love Dave's Basement in a fun kind of way. Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Basement, and welcome to Dave's Basement. If you are new to the show, this is a variety show of a video nature. What this is a place for people to send work that they are doing, work they have done, and work they want to do at all times. We can all gather here together in the basement and watch things together. Watch things that other people have done. Now, I don't know if you are new here. If you are, let me give you some information beyond just the show information I just gave you. For instance, we have a website that you can go to, which is davesbasement2.com, and that is available for you to browse. You can email me and the team, Fred here, working hard to make the show a reality, at davesbasement2@gmail.com. There's a whole host of reasons why there's a 2 at the end of the name that you should go back and watch the first season to find out more information about that. We have an Instagram at davesbasement2, and as always, a very popular telephone number, 971-232-0827. You can call the number, and it will never, ever be picked up, ever. Maybe once or twice. But most of the time, it will not be picked up unless okay. So that is our show. Frankly, folks, I am happy to be here. I don't know if you can hear this. I can't quite make it do it, but this chair has been squeaking a lot lately, and it has been driving me bats. I sit and I watch the shows. I rewatch them. Each show about 20 times. Just to, notes, to have notes. And this chair's been squeaking a lot, and it's just been driving me batty. So I thought to myself, I need a new chair, frankly. Now, this is not one of these things where I'm like, hey, come pitch in and buy me a new chair. That's not what this is about. I just want you to know that that's what's in my heart right now, is that I need a new chair. So much so that I have been just browsing around the internet trying to find some sort of replacement chair, for instance. And I don't know, there's a lot of specialty chairs out there. There's just a lot of specialty chairs. So for instance, there's actually a website here, Basement Benches, that I just found out about like 10 minutes ago. And I thought, wow, let's check this out. So they have a lot of cool stuff on their site. I'm sure I just got here, like I said. But yeah, so like scrolling down here, sit down below ground. That's where I am. I'm below ground. And select a chair for your layer. So let's see. Let's give this an old clicky and see what the selection of basement chairs is like. What do you say, old pals, old chums of mine? I'm just going to do a little button click here. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. I found my mouse. Okay, so I'm just going to do a click. And, I messed it up. Okay, so clicking again. And
sit here. Sit here. Sit here. Sit here. Sit here.
holy shit, that's a chair. Wow. My God, that is a fucking chair. Man, oh man, that chair looks so cool. I personally, I think that's gotta be the one. That's gotta be the chair for me. Okay, look, you didn't come here to find out about chairs. This is not daveschairs.com. You came here to watch some content, things that people have submitted. So yeah, we've got some stuff. Now this is right in line. We are all trying to maintain our technology the way we want it. We are all trying to make sure we have the right tools to do our job, and so many of our tools are digital. And in this case, these are some people who have what we need. So enjoy the content. I'll be back to talk to you in just a little bit.
me. My name is Danica McClester. I just wanted to come on and introduce myself to you. I am your new boss. A strange way to be meeting people. What a world, huh? So people have asked questions about your former boss. They've gone to his home. It looks like the family left very quickly. Lots of wires hanging from the walls and the ceilings. Other than that, I can't give you any information. Since we all will be working together, from home for the foreseeable future, and that this will be our new normal, just some policies I wanted to put in place. I do appreciate putting some time and effort into your appearance. I don't think because we're working at home, you should, come sloppy in your hoodies or your undershirts. If you could please leave your Zoom chat and your camera on at all times so I can always, get in touch with you if I need you. All employees will, of course, be connected by the gray cable, as it's known, that goes throughout the homes. It goes from upstairs to the router, down, right there, and just whoop, into the garage. It's been great. Seriously, it hasn't been an issue at all. So I don't want you to think it's all work and no play. I can be fun too, really. In fact, every Friday going forward, we are going to have a mandatory Zoom call happy hour. I call it Fun Friday. At my last position, we had a theme for each happy hour that we did. We did one called Hoedown, which was like a hootenanny fun one. One of our themes was IBM. People really went crazy with that one. With Halloween quickly approaching, I thought this week's theme for Friday could be bats. So do what you will with that. Come dressed as your favorite bat. David, are you listening to me? I have dark moments. Okay, David, so I look forward to our 4-hour planning session tomorrow. I sent you an Outlook calendar invite, and I sent you a text. I haven't heard from you. And I look forward to tomorrow.
Okay, let's see here. Cellar seating. Oh, hey, sorry, everyone. Yes, I'm back. That was great, wasn't it? That's my new boss. I have not, I will admit, I have not responded to any of those texts or emails or Outlook invites as of yet, but I have until tomorrow to do so. So yes, oh boy, this one is cool. Look, this cellar seating, your chairs for downstairs. I'm just gonna give, let's see what their selection of chairs looks like. What do you say? Let's do it.
Sit here. Sit here. Sit here. Sit here.
Yeah, oh man, I think that it would be. I kind of want them both. Do you know what, like those looked so comfy and cozy and just like inviting and welcoming. It's just like it felt like home in a weird way. Anyway, hey everyone, if you are new to the show, I don't think anyone would be, but maybe you are. I don't know. Who are you? Tell me, who are you? Important to know for those of you joining us that we have a chat in this here internet show. There's a live chat of people coming, commenting and talking and doing stuff. I asked someone to give me something to say, and Gordy Dole told me to say woozle wuzzle. So that is my live interaction with the chat for the show. I hope you appreciate it. That is all you're going to get, maybe. I am tough but fair. Hey, speaking of watching things, squeak. Listen, everyone, there are other things, you may not believe it, there are other things to watch other than this show. It's true. And in fact, this may be even harder to believe, but some of them are worse than what you're watching now. It's true. And here to talk to us about a very bad movie is our own resident bad movie and just movie in general expert, Trista Perez. Say hello to Trista Perez, the video vixen, everyone. Hi, Trista. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I still leave that pause for applause that is not coming. And I did not load it into the program, so I could not generate it. Yes, thank you. Yes, we have it now. So Trista, you have come onto our program to talk to us about a movie that you are giving 1 star to. And can you tell us what movie it is and why it gets 1 star?
All righty then. Tonight's stinker is The Manipulator. It's from 1971. And it was directed by Yabo Yablonsky. That guy?
Okay, yeah.
It stars Mickey Rooney, Luana Anders, and also I read that Frank Zappa's wheelchair is in this movie.
Speaking of chairs, Frank Zappa's wheelchair makes an appearance in The Manipulator.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I watched some of the movie so that I could talk to you with. I watched as much as I could stand. Now, I know you to like all kinds of crazy, weird movies, so this is not, you don't dislike it because it's weird or anything like that.
No. Just to give you kind of a brief synopsis of this film, an insane Hollywood has-been, and it's not quite sure what he used to do because he does all kinds of things in this movie, but he's holding a woman hostage in a warehouse that's filled with movie props. And that's the story. That's it. Nothing else happens. It's literally an hour and a half of Mickey Rooney on screen being crazy.
Well, let's take a look at some of said Mickey Rooney being crazy. We're not going to watch an hour and a half, everyone. I know you're disappointed. I can hear the chorus of boos in my head right now. But here's a little clip from The Manipulator.
It's one thing to be a star, it's another thing to keep the cast and crew waiting. Everything's ready, lights, camera, set. Might turn around and you're not there.
Okay, well that was from The Manipulator there. That looked really bad. That looked really, really bad to me.
It doesn't just look bad, it is bad.
You know, the amount of screaming always is kind of an indication of random screaming. Now, I'm a fan of random screaming, but sometimes that's just a quick tell. So tell us more about why you dislike this movie so much.
So Mickey Rooney is on screen almost the entire time, and he's screaming, laughing, singing, dancing, rolling around on the floor. He's acting. It really is, there's no relief from him. It literally is just craziness from beginning to end. And the music, the editing, the story, which there is no story, there is no narrative.
Story.
Nothing happens except crazy. There's no point to it all.
Yeah, it is a long movie for being like only an hour 20. It is just interminable. Like just, I remember thinking there's got to be more to this than this, but it really does just keep going. And it's just him and this lady in this warehouse, and him doing things, and it just goes on and on and on. And it feels like they edited every single bit of raw footage they had. There's this strobe light sequence that goes on forever. It looks like Mickey Rooney's friends just showed up and they had a good time with each other. And I'm glad someone had fun, because boy, oh boy, that was long.
It feels about 2 hours longer than it really is. And my first take on it, I've only watched it twice, and my sentiment still stands. It feels like this was a 10-minute student avant-garde film that just got stretched to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It just, you can't stick with it. I dare anybody to sit and watch this entire movie and pay attention.
So you heard it here first. That's the first Dave's Basement challenge issued. Anyone who can sit through the whole movie gets something. So let's watch another clip here.
Do you know your lines?
Please let me go.
Do you know your lines?
Please let me
you know your
go.
lines? You ass! You know your lines! Yeah! Come on, say them! Say your lines, you stupid son of a bitch! Say them!
Which scene?
The balcony scene you don't. We've done it over 100 times. It's the scene where you see Christian for the first time, and he shows himself for what he is. A not too bright, handsome boy. Lacks feeling, lacks poetry.
Boy, he is going for it. Mickey Rooney is going for it. And that was when the movie started, I thought, I kind of like this. Because at first it's like him, like he's really, really going for it. And he's not bad, but then it just keeps doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's like a crazy hamster on a wheel. It is, from beginning to end, pretty much the same stuff, just happening over and over. But sometimes it's sped up and sometimes it's slowed down. So you get, that variety.
It's always good to have. Yeah, it's always good to have variety. Now, I'm not a big Mickey Rooney guy, so I barely know who he is. Do you know much about him?
So Mickey Rooney is he's an icon when it comes to acting. He is one of our legends. He was a child actor. I think they extended his childhood beyond his years of being a kid, but he was pretty beloved. He had this whole series of films called the Andy Hardy films, if you're interested in that kind of schmaltzy sort of, let's put on a show, kind of stuff. But he is a legend. It's just, I hope he made some more movies after this one, so this isn't like the final movie of Mickey Rooney, because that would be sad.
Yeah, it's always like some people, like Gene Hackman's last movie is Welcome to Mooseport. That's always like a bummer when someone great goes out on a sour note. Yeah, this definitely has a lot of like that 60s headache, migraine, hangover is the word I'm looking for, feel to it, with all the psychedelia. And then the lead actress is from Easy Rider, right?
Yeah, and my thinking was maybe they cast her in this movie because she's known for that film, and this has a very trippy kind of psychedelic feel to it. But it's from 1971. So I feel like they got the wrong drug involved in this movie. It feels like they were all on LSD, but by 1971, that was disco time, so they should have been more on the cocaine side of things at that. But, much like Mickey Rooney's growth, he's just a little bit behind.
That's right. All right, let's take another look at this, because I really feel like we should really cement just how enjoyably is the wrong word, ludicrously bad this thing is. Here's another clip.
It's a wonderful hostess, too. Still living at the beach? Yeah, that's the only place to live. The sand, surf, everything is so wonderful. Look, if there's anything comes up in the picture, I'll be sure and give it to you. Just to you. I don't want to brush you off now, but I don't want to keep my cast and crew waiting. I hope you understand. Paula? Yes, BJ. Has she arrived yet? Not yet, BJ. Well, let me know the minute she arrives. I want to be notified. Do you understand, Paula? Yes, BJ. All right. All right, I'll just have to shoot around her, that's all. All right, everybody. Let's make pictures, shall we?
Okay, so I just gotta say, there's one aspect of the movie, I think you might be being a little too hard on it. I thought the character walking around in this empty space, talking to himself, making things happen, making a sort of a project go, I thought that was really relatable, and I felt for the guy during some of those scenes, and I think that that's something that people should know. I would probably give this like 3 stars instead of just 1, just for that relatable character at the center of it. I think that everyone could probably really relate to that.
Wow. I'm surprised that you made such a personal connection with this movie, because I totally failed to. In fact, I walked away from the movie several times. I've watched it twice and I don't know how it ends.
Yeah, I will confess, I basically started doing some tax paperwork. I was just kind of like, okay, let's see what my adjusted gross was last year. Just, getting ahead of the game for next year when it's tax season.
Yeah, I went outside, I had a smoke, I walked around the house, I talked to my boyfriend, he was making breakfast, and, walked away from the movie, went back in, and I didn't feel like I missed anything.
Yeah.
It was pretty much of the same happening.
I mean, it's nice to have some human voices while you're doing things like that, I guess. That helps. So another star. I'm going to give it 4. I was really surprised. I assumed this would be available nowhere, so I just started watching a clip on YouTube, but it's actually available on Amazon Prime right now. So anyone, if you've got Amazon Prime, rush out and watch The Manipulator.
And we dare you to finish it.
Yeah, switch over from this show right now. Open a new tab.
I actually watched it because I have it in as part of my personal collection. I watched it on Mill Creek's Drive-In Classics collection. This is 50 movies on 12 discs. And The Manipulator is on disc 9, side A, I think. That's how much I'm into this movie. I remember it's at least on disc 9.
So there's a 2-sided disc, so you get 24 discs basically for the price of, I'm guessing, $6.99 or something like that. Yeah. What's another movie you like on there?
So there's a couple of really good ones on here. Mama Dracula is on here. I don't know if
Mama Dracula.
Mama Dracula. Death by Dialogue, which is horrendous, but it's funny. Mm-hmm. And also one of my personal favorites. It is my favorite bad blaxploitation film ever made, and that's called The Guy from Harlem.
The Guy from Harlem.
Yes, you will laugh your ass off from beginning to end with that movie. It's the best.
That sounds like a better experience than I had with The Manipulator, so maybe I'll check that one out next time. Trista, thank you so much for being on here, being in Dave's basement. Really appreciate you coming in with the 1-star review.
Thank you. Glad that you were able to have me, and I look forward to hanging out with you again.
Yeah, we'll have you back for sure. All right, everyone. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? It's nice to think about other things that are happening in the world besides this show. It's like you can just go onto Amazon Prime. You could start watching The Manipulator. You can, hang on. Sorry, the phone number I put up earlier is starting to ring. So I think that's my new boss. I should probably answer that. Hang on 1 second. Jesus, fuck!
Some Pop-Tarts. Have some Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts. Pop Tarts. Have some tarts.
Can you hear me? Am I coming in? All right, I'm seeing some meters bounce. I think that's like a targeted ad or something like that. Ooh, it was right in my ear. Great, I gotta go click an unsubscribe button somewhere. I don't recommend, I don't know which one that is, if that was cellar seating or basement benches. All right, I'm seeing some distortion in our stream, actually, for real. But hopefully this will play here. This is another block of content. Oh yeah, I should set this one up. As I was saying, there's more things to watch than this show. Some of them might even be better than this show. There's a fantastic program called Everything's Fine Tonight Live from some friends in Seattle. And this is a sort of live entertainment, much like Dave's Basement. If you watch, you might have seen a friend of the show, David Wester, make an appearance on such a thing. So what we're going to see next is a clip. They have a show coming up here this coming Saturday. So the day before the next Dave's Basement is what I like to think of Saturdays. That's my name for Saturday, is the day before Dave's Basement. So let's watch a little clip from Everything's Fine Tonight Live. I hope that this is going fine.
It's time to introduce another guest. This is a very special guest because they are an alien life form, and they're here to hopefully perform some music for us. So everybody, please put your hands together for Squiggle Spooch. Squiggle Spooch.
You know, you probably know this, but the Spooches across the universe are famous troubadours and musicians, and are famous in every populated planet in the whole universe, at least that we know of. So I came down here to create music, to create the best music that humans have ever heard of, music that would whip them up into a frenzy of horniness, in which they would it would be the song to procreate to. So
got it. Do you want to do? Can you play it for us so maybe I can be the judge?
So this is one of the songs that I've been working on.
Okay, let's hear it.
Hopefully you can help me tune it up a little bit. So this is the number one most sexual song that I can think of.
Okay, yeah, I'm all ears.
Met you in line at the grocery store. I said hello. We spent a few weeks getting to know each other, texting little things about our day. Finally, we go on a date. We get to my room. We don't hesitate. I get a butter knife, scrape it across the skin. I eat all of your dead particles on your skin.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Dead skin.
Okay, hold on.
What's up?
Yeah, I think that might be the issue. Is you're talking about taking a butter knife and scraping someone's skin and then eating the dead skin from it? Am I getting the lyrics right?
Okay, is that too forward? So
No.
Should we just start with eating toenails first, or
No. You shouldn't be eating anything like that. And I know that the audience might be getting upset with me, but that's not what humans find sexy or sexual in any way.
Okay, what is it that humans find sexy?
Listen, people think that like beautiful eyes are sexy.
Beautiful eyes. Okay, are you ready?
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Let's hear.
We're in line at the grocery store, and I'm gonna buy a candy bar. I turn around to see you and look in your eyes. I'm licking your eyes.
Okay,
I'm
you know what?
licking your eyes. I'm gonna lick. Oh,
No.
what's up?
No. Yeah. So when I said like we like beautiful eyes, it's not like licking the eyes. It's just like you look at them and you're like, wow, you got beautiful eyes. I'd like to get to know you more. Maybe we can kiss each other after.
So hold on,
that.
you're gonna look at the eyes?
Look, not lick. Yeah.
So what is look? Tall women, tall
me.
people.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll let you. It looks like a lot of people are upset that I keep interrupting you. So this one, I'll let you play and hold my criticism
so
for
someone
after.
that's tall. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this was about a different thing, and now I'll make it about a tall person.
Thank you.
We're in line at the grocery store. I'm gonna buy a gallon of milk. You're gonna buy groceries for 3. You and your roommates rotate the shopping. I turn around because I see you. I look down and then my eyes go up. They go up so far because you're so fucking tall. Imagine all that dead skin you got on your tall body. And your eyes are so large for me to lick. Those toenails are huge for me to eat. That hair is so long for me to floss my teeth on, baby. Yeah.
Check out that move.
You know, there's a slight problem that I forgot to tell you about.
Oh? What kind of problem?
This apartment only has 1 bedroom.
Oh, that's no problem.
Let's go, big boy. You move and you're dead.
Guy from Holland. That cat's some bad news. Mean, clean, fighting shit.
No pillow.
Don't worry about it.
Let's see here. God. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like that. Okay. Sorry, Fred. Okay, let's try this one out.
Would you like some noodles? Would you like some noodles in a cup? How about some noodles? They're for you.
Okay, let's see here. What is that?
These are noodles in a cup.
You're in my brain. You're in my brain.
Have them?
Oh, God. No noodles! No noodles!
I've been loaning on the mistake. And that thing you tried to hide. I've been a surprise lover at night. I've also been surprised, but I've never been the woman you can't stop loving, the girl with a ring. I've been that woman throwing things. I've been laughing, holding my sides and crying. I've been with so many regrets for all the nasty things she said. I've been a woman with dreams of loving you a long time. But I've never been the woman you can't stop loving, the girl with the ring. No, I've never been a woman you can't stop loving, the girl with the ring. I've been that one you tried to love. So many times you hurt yourself. I've been the one in the dark, crying so many nights. But I've never been the woman you can't stop loving, or a girl with a ring. No, I've never been the woman you can't stop loving, or a girl with a ring.
Hey idiots, some days suck, but then some days fuck. Today fucks, because today I get to share this. Man who erected giant wooden penis on his lawn fights to keep it up. Just the headline deserves a Pulitzer. Jamie just wanted to build a shed. Just let him build his shed. Why can't Jamie build his shed? He had a little spot on his property, and he just wanted to build a place to keep his tools. Or his wood. All the things you keep in a shed sound like I'm still talking about the penis. He filed the proper paperwork to build his shed. Paperwork went ignored. So Jamie's wife said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but Jamie's wife said, you know what you should do is just chuck a big boner out there. So Jamie did that, because Jamie is the best. And at first he didn't have much trouble. In fact, here's a direct quote. He said most of his neighbors loved his giant penis, and folks would even stop to take pictures of it. And then a new neighbor moved in next door, and this guy happened to be a straight-up buzzkill supreme. He called the cops, Jamie was arrested on a charge of displaying offensive sexual material, yada yada, the world is a vampire of joy. Now, this is a bullshit charge, because it's obviously art, it was on private property, and it's probably even covered by the First Amendment. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about a young artist by the name of Lars Vilks and the Royal Republic of Ladonia. Come along with me on this journey. Okay, so the year is 1980, and this Swedish guy named Lars says to himself, you know what I want to do is build a giant, big-ass driftwood sculpture on some cliffs overlooking the ocean. So that's exactly what he did. and he named the sculpture Nemus, which is a Latin word that means too much. But then, 2 years later, the local city council found out about Nemus, and they said, hey, you can't just build stuff. You gotta go through us. And then Lars said, well, in that case, this isn't Sweden anymore, and you can suck my dick. And he established the Royal Republic of Ladonia, which is essentially just a 250-acre fuck you to the City Council of Skane, Sweden. You can apply for citizenship at ladonia.org, and for a small price you can even be a duke or a duchess, which is pretty cool. It's built on freedom of expression, and it has a real complicated government, and Nemus just keeps getting bigger. My point is, anybody who tries to prosecute Jamie is going to be laughed out of court. But, and I'm speaking directly to Jamie now, I know you're watching, you absolute legend. Jamie, if you want to go the Lars Vilks route, I swear, right now, to any big-dicked god you believe in, that I will be the first to apply for citizenship to Boner Nation. Also, somebody give Sheena Goodyear an award. She deserves it. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give her an award. Sheena, I know you're watching too, and you're great. I hereby present to you the Clancy Kramer Award for Excellence in Headline Writing. Come and accept your award. It's a little bit what's left of a bag of rice that I got at Kroger's.
All right. Thank you, Clancy Kramer. That was amazing. Boy, oh boy. We are just chugging along here. Coming up next, we've got a video from a charitable organization named Charity Water, and I'll be talking to Tyler Reaver about his work with said organization. So stick around, everyone.
ثلاثة عمت قرن حدار تام نمرح أوريها نسي فاصلة تقبلني ما يوزني هي تتركب انت لان تابزر خواتها سلة تقبلني بصبغ
نفو حارستا يحرس زخانة
أنجي تسي خيدنا
نمهر دكنا
دكنا نابيت تمهرتي بساعات نصدق صري ماي مركاب بجزيو ناب سرحي ناب حرشة يوفر أنون ناب سرحية معبد مالتي صري ماي مركاب بجزيو ناب حكمنا يبزح سوي
صري ماي مركب مالتي دا كله مركب مالتي
ما يصير العين حشا
All right, joining us in the basement is Tyler Reaver. Tyler Reaver is the creative director at Charity Water. How you doing, Tyler?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. So Tyler, why don't you tell us all a little bit about the organization Charity Water?
It's a good place to start. Charity Water is a nonprofit organization on a mission to bring clean water to every person on the planet. And a little bit of a unique organization really created in response to the type of charity that I grew up with, our founder grew up with, which was really like rooted in guilt and, you know, just like almost like really disarming black and white footage of kids with distended bellies and flies on their faces. And he made a couple key decisions when he was starting Charity Water, that it would be bigger than solving the water crisis. It would really be about trying to reinvent charity, challenge the way that it's been done, try to be finding new ways to connect people to their impact, try to inspire a level of generosity that we haven't seen, build trust in the community. There's so many nonprofits that have seemed to have I don't know, blurred the line a little bit about where the money goes, and you start to wonder if my $20 donation really goes to where you say it goes, or how much of it goes. So for us, we make a promise that 100% of public donations go to clean water. We prove every single project that we fund on our website with Google Maps, photos from every single project. So over 11 million people that we've helped to date, and you can go on our website and see this like collection of impact, really, thanks to more than a million people around the world.
Wow. So how exactly do you go about getting clean water for people out there?
Right. That is a good question. So Charity Water is like a fundraising organization. We are not experts in providing solutions, nor do we want to be the people who are showing up in developing countries and trying to tell people what the solution looks like. So another really important part of our work is that we rely on local partners around the world. We have a team of people who are working to find experts in each of these places, really remote and rural communities in developing countries who have years of experience and expertise in providing solutions that will last for decades and decades to come. They have relationships with the government. They've built a supply chain and handled all the infrastructure pieces. So it's different everywhere, but we have about maybe 30 different partner programs around the world that we're working with who all provide different types of solutions. And it might be a hand pump that's going to bring water from deep underground up to the surface. It might be a rainwater harvesting system that allows people in the desert to collect rainwater during the rainy season that they can drink all year long. It's a little bit different everywhere, but that's a really important part, that we're really working to empower people who already live in these places to reach and serve their own people and just do as much good work as possible.
That's great. So you're sort of connecting, sort of, is that right?
That's the idea. I mean, I think of us as like liaisons between people who want to do good in the world and people who are out there doing good in the world. It's like we found a bunch of people who would do this really, really well, and then we try to inspire you to want to get involved, and then we facilitate 100% of your money getting there.
That's fantastic. And it sounds like you have a really thoughtful approach as far as like how you're doing your work and stuff like that. There's a thorny issue that I kind of want to talk about. A lot of charities can fall into this sort of trap of white saviorism, where, as you kind of brought this up, where well-meaning white Westerners come into developing nations and they sort of take over the narrative of the people there. What do you think about that in your professional work and also just on a personal level?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think this year has been really challenging for nonprofits in general, the COVID piece, but also just like this moment of reflection to say, why do we do things the way that we do them? I think we've been talking about it a lot, and I think how we do it probably says the most about who we are. And I'm proud of the way that we've approached some of these things, working with local partners, really trying to not make ourselves part of the story at all. We have a group of people who are doing the work. Those people are heroes, our local partners. We have a group of people who want to help. Those people are heroes, and we're just like hands free. We'll help make the money go where it's supposed to go, but it's not about us. So I'm proud of the way that we work, but I think that this season has been just an important moment for everybody to stop and say, I have been doing things wrong, even though I was trying to do really good things or trying to do things right? And the answer is yes.
Inevitably.
So it's an ongoing topic for us, but it's really, I think it comes back to values and integrity and transparency and being willing to say, we haven't done this great in the past, or we could do this better, and really focus on the things that we do. How do we want to be known? I guess not by the world, not as like the brand of Charity Water, but by the people that we're ultimately serving, right? The people who benefit, who get clean water. How do they look at our organization? And I think that's the key, is like we're not exploiting anybody. We're not trying to use their story in a way that they wouldn't be proud to see. So I think that's been the biggest thing for me. It's like, how do we just frame it around making those people proud, really, that we've chosen to share their stories.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's the moment of sort of just grappling with the underlying sort of systemic racism in our society and things like that, and just the sort of paradigm by which a lot of people are just unconsciously operating. You mentioned to me something about being someone who's always been sort of unafraid to approach uncomfortable things, and that seems like that would equip you to sort of confront this.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know why. It just seems like it's a lot easier to be like, there's a thing we're not all talking about here, and it is, are we racist? I don't know. It feels like you just make so much progress when you just jump way ahead and like, let's overreact and assume that, let's assume the worst for a moment. How do we want to change things? And then you're like, well, no, we're not doing things. We do a lot of things really well. We're all racist. That's the reality, but you get the idea. Yeah, I think I've always just loved it. That was what drew me to improv, is like this moment of like, just go out there and be uncomfortable for a little while. I think there's so much that we learn in those moments, right?
Yeah, I think that's true. So I think I really admire the work that you're doing. Can you tell us something that you've learned in the course of doing it?
Ooh. Yeah, casual question.
Yeah, right. Just what?
No, I think I have the incredible privilege of getting to travel to these places and sit inside homes and capture these stories, and everything that we're capturing is not for me. It's meant for people who've given or fundraised, who like deserve to see the impact of clean water around the world. And so it does feel like an incredible privilege. And I think because I came into this with no nonprofit experience, like I've just been like proudly absorbing and so excited about all of it, and cherishing every one of those experiences. But there's so much simplicity, especially in these rural and like really remote communities. There's so much simplicity in life, and there's so much joy in the simplicity. And I think that's really been one of the most profound lessons to me. We went to a community in Ethiopia a few years ago, and every time we go into a community, we have like a welcome ceremony where we get to meet the community. We ask questions, they ask questions. We make sure that it's really clear what we're doing. We want people to feel comfortable, to feel like they trust us. This isn't a moment of like taking pictures or having cameras out. It's just like, how do we connect with the people and really both, like, all of us feel good about us being here for this week or whatever. We went to a community in Ethiopia, and this old man, 85-year-old man with just like the fiercest long gray beard you've ever seen, is sitting on the other side of the circle, and he sees me and he gives me one of these. He winked at me from across the circle. We became best friends. I went over to his house with a group of people and got to sit and share a meal with him and his wife. And then I separately happened upon him in the community again. I follow him back to his house, and I sit with him and his wife and his son. And we have 3 rounds of coffee. We have a meal together. They're talking and laughing. I'm talking and laughing. Nobody can understand a word that anybody's saying. But we just have, like, for 45 minutes or an hour, I sit with this family and engage in a conversation that nobody can understand. And it felt so profound. I think I realized in the moment that you don't need language to be able to communicate. And and part of what was so powerful was I could see the character of this man by the way he treated me as a guest, or by the way he treated his wife or his son. And it just really, I don't know, that struck a chord. And I think, to go back to your question, it's easy to think about what I want my life to look like, right? What's the dream for my future? What do I want to have? I want to retire early. I want to live on a golf course. I want a boat. I want a white picket fence, whatever those things are. and we don't often think about like, what do I want my life to be remembered for? And there's something about that simplicity and the character of the people that I continue to meet. I come home from every trip just like reflecting about the way people live their lives, and it makes me feel like that's the thing. Like, how do I want to be remembered? And we get to choose. It's crazy. It's so easy.
Here's a question that is near and dear to my heart. So like I said, I admire the work you're doing, and I think a question that I always have is beyond just I'm going to give some money or something like that. Is there sort of a fundamental idea that is important to keep in mind for people as they go about their lives to have a positive impact on the world? In your, considered opinion.
I don't think generosity has to be about money. And this goes like our vision for the organization truly is to reinvent charity, like to try to challenge a younger generation of people to think differently about generosity, really to expect it of the world around us, so the companies that we work for, the brands that we support. And I think part of that for me is like generosity is really just you sharing some of what you have. And it might be money, it might be privilege. It might be your voice, it might be your attention, it might be your feedback. All of that could be valuable to somebody else. And I don't know, at the end of the day, it's just like you go take what you have an abundance of, find the people who are doing what you deem to be good in the world, and go empower those people to do more of it or to do it better. It's just that, it's that simple. Whatever you believe in, go find people who believe in that and empower them to do more of it. Yeah,
I like the idea of like go out of your way to find them also. It's just it's just so easy to not,
Be intentional about it. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tyler, this has been a fantastic conversation, and I really appreciate your time and your thoughts and the work that you do.
Likewise, and thank you to you and your entire team for having me.
No problem. All right, that's Tyler Reaver from Charity Water. Thank you again.
No one, no man, no woman, no child should ever have to drink green water with bugs, with algae, with disease in it. Bad water and a lack of toilets kills more people than all the wars in the world. We know how to bring clean drinking water right now to every single person on Earth. And when you can bring water into communities, it truly transforms them. It changes everything. Right? You could know that you'd made a difference. You could know that you had truly impacted the life of a family, of a community, of a region. There was either clean water or there wasn't. We believe in a world where every single person has clean and safe water to drink, and we will continue fighting until that happens.
All right, well, I think the chair situation is resolved. I'm going to stick with my original chair here. As long as I've got my noodles and, my Pop-Tarts here, I think I'm going to be just fine. So, everyone, please enjoy this video, which is also very, very good.
Paralyzed nation, sick and depressed, gotta keep myself together, gotta take a deep breath, all because there may never be a Gremlins 3. So tell me, where did the Gremlins go? It's been so long, nothing to show. We could have had Gremlins versus Home Alone, or at least a cameo and Attack of the Clones. There should have been a Gremlin in Jurassic Park, or a Jaws-like movie with a Gremlin shark. 30 years later, we're all stuck at home, crying in our sleep, wondering where did the Gremlins go? could have had Gremlins 4, Gremlins 5. Instead we got 14 land before times. I close my eyes and Gremlins are old and icy. We could have had Gremlins 6 and Gremlins 7. Instead we got COVID and 9/11. So tell me, where did the Gremlins go? It's been so long, nothing to show. Imagine there's a film where Gizmo becomes a gremlin who teaches the other gremlins about democracy and philosophy. They develop a country, they name it Gremlin Nation. They ban all immigration, they have genocidal tendencies. Gizmo isn't into it, also he has a kid with a human woman played by Jennifer Aniston. We could call it Gremlins 3. It should have been a gremlin in Jurassic Park, or a Charles Lack movie with a gremlin shark. 30 years later, we're all stuck at home, crying in our sleep, wondering where did the gremlins go? Joe Dante, where did the gremlins go? Howie Mandel, where did the gremlins go? Steven Spielberg.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Dave's Basement. If you have something you would like to submit, you may do so. Go to our website, davesbasement2.com. There you will find a submission link. If you have a question, you may email us at davesbasement2@gmail.com. Our Instagram, you can also find us here at Dave's Basement 2, is available for your viewing and listening pleasure. And you can call us and leave a voicemail, 971-232-0827. I will play your voicemail sometimes. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate you being here. Please keep making stuff, keep submitting stuff. But for now, it is time to go upstairs.
You got your Pop-Tart in my noodles. You got your noodles on my Pop-Tarts. Have some Pop-Tarts. Would you like some noodles?
Oh shit, I forgot to mention, Sabir is here.